You have said to North Koreans, I'm Yolala ngo 7. Because, where you have said to North Koreans, I'm Yolala ngo 7, while Brenda Fassie is telling South Africans, see your hamba Tina from the nightclub, S ngo 7. Ngo 7, exen, when, or about to transfer and the 7 is too late to wake up, even on the weekend. You have said that to North Koreans. Who do you think you are? You have made wealth for yourself and have gathered gold and silver into your treasuries, and with your money in your treasuries, you have made weaponry and you have invested in the North Korean military. I found out some years ago that in North Korea, like something like 66 or 67% of their budget goes to the military. I don't know what the national budget is for military force in countries, and I don't know what's acceptable according to wise men and wise women. But North Korea, I am pretty certain that though I might know what the acceptable budget for the military is in a country, I am certain that for North Korea, 60-something% of, no, more like half, like about almost 50% of the, not 67, sorry, I'm exaggerating. I'm hyperbolizing over here. Over 50% of North Korean budget goes to the military. When people don't even have food, yeah, dude, you've made yourself wealthy, and you are using weaponry, essentially ruling by fear, like what these monsters all up in my grill are doing, in order to ascertain that no one escapes from your clutch. Because when now you love to terrorize. Well, those of y'all who think you are gods, by your great wisdom, by your great, okay, you have made wealth for yourself and have gathered gold and silver into your treasuries. By your great wisdom in your trade, you have increased your wealth, and your heart has become proud in your wealth. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God. Because, you see, because God is the one that will target a crazy king, even though nobody else is out just trying to target that king. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God. Because you make your heart like the heart of a god, therefore behold, I will bring foreigners upon you. Like, this is exactly what Kim Jong-un needs, foreigners. Therefore behold, I will bring foreigners upon you, the most ruthless of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of your wisdom and defile your splendor with all of your 50% budget for military. While your people don't eat, they shall thrust you down into the pit, and you shall die the death of the slain in the heart of the seas. Will you still say I am a god, to a point of having a big fat chunky idol in the middle of Pyongyang, in the presence of those who kill you, though you are but a man and no god, in the hands of those who slay you? So he's saying, will you still say I am a god? Will you basically say to the nations that have encircled you, saying I'm taking North Korea, like it or not? Will you say to them, seeing as you're a man and not a god, all right, will you say I am a god in the presence of those who kill you, though you are but a man and no god, in the hands of those who slay you? You shall die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of foreigners, for I have spoken, declares the Lord God. This here is what is necessary for Kim Jong-un, because what in the world is going on? The king of Thailand, because he was not oppressing his own people. He was just a big fat chunky maritime powerhouse of an economic boss guy that was an affront to God's people. Full of sin, it was his country. Nonetheless, the people on the ground were not being oppressed by him. Kim Jong-un is another thing altogether. And then a lament over the king of Tyre, So this was a prophecy against the prince of Tyre. Now this is a lament over the king of Tyre. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, son of man, raise a lamentation over the king of Tyre, and say to him, thus saith the Lord God, you were the signet of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Do you see that this is the description of Satan? I gave you everything you needed in order to live a life in godliness. Why you decided when you was into God and then oppress the people? The devil was given everything he needed, Lucifer, and then fall apart. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering: sardius, topaz, and diamond, beryl, onyx, and jasper, sapphire, emerald, and carbuncle, and crafted in gold were your settings and your engravings. Okay, Ungi. On the day you were created, they were prepared. You were an anointed guardian cherub. Oh, Ungi, I placed you. You were on the holy mountain of God, in the midst of the stones of fire you walked. You were blameless in your ways, from the day you were created till unrighteousness was found in you. This is a description of Satan. In the abundance of your trade, like if at all God is going to go and describe a human king to Satan, you know, in the abundance of your trade, you were filled with violence in your midst, and you sinned. So I cast you as a profane thing from the mountain of God, and I destroyed you, O guardian cherub, from the midst of the stones of a fire. Your heart was proud because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I exposed you before kings. Kim Jong-un has already been exposed, dog. Before kings, to feast their eyes on you. By the multitude of your iniquities and in the unrighteousness of your trade, you profaned your sanctuaries. So I brought fire out from your midst, and it consumed you. And I turned you to ashes on the earth in the sight of all who saw you. All who know you among the peoples are appalled at you, okay? All who know you among the peoples are appalled at you. Are we not all appalled by Kim Jong-un? Our tourists going to North Korea, not coming back with videos on YouTube sharing their horrors as to what they saw. My goodness, what's going on? Airports across the world are bustling, unless of course you're at an airport in Pyongyang, the only one over there. There's no other airports across the world. In South Africa, we've got King Shaka Airport, we've got OR Tambo, etc. I could go on. Go North Korea. That one, the other airports are at military bases. Like, what the heck? How do you have such a big country and have only one airport? Aman. And I saw it in a video one time. Sure. Are appalled at you. You have come, the whole world is appalled at you and your one little airport. You have come to a dreadful end and shall be no more forever. And shall be no more forever. So that is a prophecy against, in Ezekiel, Ezekiel 28, prophecy against Kim Jong-un, otherwise known as Tyre, Prince of Tyre and King of Tyre. You're like Satan. You don't think anybody can bring you low until God looks at you. You are the thing that is a powerhouse perched on a mountaintop like a birdie until God looks at you. And if God looks at you, he will give his prophet understanding concerning you. And then let you know that you think you're a god. Okay, very well. You're on your way out. So Kim Jong-un, nobody's looking at him right now, except those that God has made to look at him. People are just ignoring the travesties in North Korea. But we know that God is not ignoring them, because there is a church there underground that is being persecuted, especially because there's a church over there that's struggling to grow, that's struggling to thrive, especially considering the sustenance or the going concern of North Korea is problematic for the scriptures. It would make the Bible unbiblical, because North Korea needs to be uprooted. That regime needs to be uprooted in order for the mark of the beast to succeed. Do you understand what I'm saying? To be proliferated, there must be Wi-Fi across the country, there must be electricity across the country in order for that transhumanistic experiment that is the mark of the beast to succeed. Therefore, if at all North Korea is not uprooted, the Bible cannot be fulfilled. And so the king of North Korea, otherwise known as Kim Jong-un, yet another Winnie the Pooh bear, unless he is uprooted and there is a regime change and a democracy and a secularizing of North Korea, enough for them to have freedom of expression, religion, etc., all that jazz. My man, like, listen, it is such a culture shock for North Koreans to move to South Korea. There's so many lights, so many cars, so much bustling. They have to be retrained and acclimated to that culture. And that culture is pretty much all of our cultures. Seoul looks like any other major city across the world. All of us are used to all these lights. All of us are used to being out at night at 9 p.m. I can literally, decide to leave this complex, walk up and down the street and come back in. But, South Africa's kind of dangerous, so I wouldn't do that. But my neighborhood is largely safe. Marago, North Korea, you can't do that. In Seoul, you can do that. In Hong Kong, you can do that. You can do that in South Korea, you can do that in Japan, you can do that in South Africa. Listen, anywhere you go, you're going to be able, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, you can do that. Except in North Korea. And listen, it's the only country where that's a thing. The prophecy cannot be fulfilled with Kim Jong-un still doing a thing. So if nobody is looking at Kim Jong-un, God is, because he is standing in the way of the gospel. Not only in his country, but in the world. The fulfillment of Bible prophecy cannot be done unless he is uprooted. And if at all it's time for a person to be moved to the side, shuffling, like arriving late at church and people got a chiefta, unless Kim Jong-un is made to chiefta, like a latecomer in church, or a person in church that's been there all along and somebody late is sitting next to him. Unless Kim Jong-un chiefed us for the new coming leadership of the land, Bible prophecy cannot be fulfilled. Bible prophecy cannot be fulfilled. Yeah, so the guy is arrogant to think that his strange regime will be lingering, but the world has been made apathetic towards these causes on earth. However, the Lord will always raise up a remnant that does care, but they're close enough, and not so much but, and are close enough to God for him to hearken to the lament that he's given them in their hearts for those nations. And I'm among the people that is tight with the Lord, looking at North Korea on some, whatever's going on over there needs to end. Whatever's happening over there, it can't carry on. I was never involved in politics, neither interested, before I came to Christ. And now I care about North Korea. Mamela, it was given me, that passion. It means it comes from somewhere. These fevers within myself, like I got chills, are coming from somewhere. I have been given compassion, and I have been given burden that I can't abandon. And so, when umuntu ozelwe in Christ that has been raised up from Letsopa suddenly starts worrying about things that they could not give two hoots about before redemption. So be careful, be afraid, be very afraid. God is coming for you, Gadicheris. And ANC, Kim Jong-un regime, Iranian regime, and Xi Jinping, Gunezinto that God has given me as a burden. It means you're on your way out, O King and Prince of Tyre. Booyah! The next jam is Jesus Have It All Yet Jeremy Riddle, but I am pressed to pee and need to brush my teeth from coffee, so we'll do that when we come back. Amen. Yeah, okay. And we're putting the rings back on. We crown you, we fall face down, we worship, we all fall down, you are worthy, God. Exactly, because North Koreans are out there trying to say that to the Lord, and Kim Jong-un is like, I am the Lord. Like, whatever. And so too is that true with South Africa. I chose these musics, these songs, yeah, because I get to call it musics. Like right now, even as I'm speaking with you guys, hey, I just got a vision of a podcast on Spotify, because people, I'm a tough pill to swallow, just in terms of the way that I look. So much so that they're like, okay, fine, let her have a podcast, so I don't have to look at her face. Because your jealousy, South Africa, that's why you're so cursed, has made sure that in this hole that I'm in, you feel like insofar as I was speaking them in a podcast, but not so much my physical face, maybe you'd be able to take them in. Also, other content creators, they get to have their channels in other countries. The other day I spoke about Girls Gone Bible, those beautiful white chicks. There is a chick by the name of I forgot her name, black chick in the US, really gorgeous. Yeah, Lala Jenkins. Ulala Jenkins. Wamele ayozifihla. Yena why is she able to have ministry? Who's the other one that is not coming to me fast enough? Where's and then uyahamba aham. Muhle ulontuza. Is it Ariel or whatever? Fitzpatrick or whatever. Yena, she gets to be beautiful. And yena she's very jocose. Oh, what is the word that I'm looking for? She's humorous. Oh, light-hearted. Not as any jokes, except she's into skits and everything. There are beautiful Christian women that are allowed when they live in other countries to thrive on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever, unless they're South African. Mamela, the nation is cursed because you refuse to let Girls Gone Bible go Bible on YouTube in your country. You are cursed. Abafazi abahle that have ministries, abaziphethe a particular way, that keep themselves essentially, what is the word that I'm looking for? They keep themselves presentable. Oh, another one, white chick. How in the world can I forget? Oh goodness, I wish I remembered her name. Like they just keep popping at the top of my brain. Another one, a Hispanic one in the US. Gorgeous girls, gorgeous women that are out here standing for a cause. Who's another one? But I don't believe she's Christian. However, she is not only conservative, but Iranian, and is standing for the cause of of Iran, and however she is a friend of Christianity. Goldie Kamari, gorgeous. She gets to speak for her country and get taken seriously as a really stunning woman, and I don't. Listen, go to the abyss. The country is I told you, it's a principality. It is something chilling over your nation that's making it impossible for people to live, breathe, have a thing going. And to overcome in South Africa in a way that is just weird, dog. Your men are sexually aroused to irrational extremes, and they try to defile beautiful things as God. And your women are so jealous that they're aloof and standoffish, and they stand with crazy men. It's your prince. It is your particular entity, and it has made you infuriatingly jealous, right next to entitled. I cannot live among you. I can't live in this country and be pretty and have a popping lip gloss and wear a beautiful outfit without people coming at me unreasonably. I am not the only beautiful woman that is intelligent, able to present an argument out here standing in front of you. But I am living in a country where unless you're a little devil, where unless you belong to a cult, a secret society, and unless you are hella shallow, you are not going to be given a platform. And imagine if you don't want your deep, beautiful girls that love the Lord, lose them. If at all, every one of us is up for grabs under gender-based violence, lose them. As for me and my house, you as South Africa have held me hostage. No one else. Mamela, I have not been held hostage by America, even though these are American platforms. I have not been held hostage by, this phone is charging quite fast, by Algeria, Argentina, China. Give me a country, proper, name it off the top of your head. I have not been held hostage by any of these countries. I've been held hostage by Afrique du Sud, South Africa, the Republic of South Africa, Mamela. I have been held hostage by South Africa, and anybody else that might feel entitled to me that is not from this country has only been that way because they feel emboldened by the defeatism of South Africa enough to persecute me. I have been harassed indeed by international people only because of the fact that they have witnessed that my own country has left me out on a limb. It's like what's happening with my mom. To get devoured by the poor follow, and the poor follow that devour people 50-36. The powerful that devour people only devour me because they see that my mom doesn't care. 50-36. And then like my South Africa is like my mom. 50-36. South Africa is like my family. South Africa is my family. And just like my biological family, just indeed like my biological family, leaving me out on a limb has put me at the mercy of the powerful, the rubbish. You have put me at the mercy of heinous men and the women who support them. And as a result of that, I can't breathe. That is exactly what is happening in these streets. Your covetousness is murderous. 49-30, 49, your 49-10. Your covetousness is murderous, y'all, and you do it to each other, and you drive people to sorcery. You have driven South Africans to sorcery because of how much you block them. You stand in the way of people's prosperity because of nothing but more. Now, you cannot watch your fellow man grow and thrive, and you are so divided, especially within the silos of race. However, even inside the black community, there are no anything right. La wakana on the rooftops, and black people are out here fighting mahoa. They're still oppressing us. I don't even know what's going on. So keep your nation, it's judged. I am out here suffocating collateral damage because abantu abafuna ukwenza into normal, and they think I need to go and start a podcast because then they will listen to me insofar as my face is hidden. I don't know how many dreams I've gotten of me having a faceless channel, the kind where you have a voiceover in the background, but you don't show your face. And I've also seen, like I said, a podcast on Spotify where it is that you just hear my voice, but you don't see my face. I'm sorry. Like, who the heck do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are? To conceal my glory, because then and only then will you be able to listen to me. If at all you can't stomach listening to me now, you will still not listen to me. You're just making it an excuse. You are so jealous that you, instead of going to the Lord to seek his face to help you conquer envy, you would much rather put a woman behind a podcast. And listen, all of you, I cannot I need spice, get them saying, and I don't think I need this anymore. Listen, I said, Insofar as a woman is not a living, walking, little breathing Satan, you're not gonna let her go. This thing. Alright, we're gonna sing We Crown You. That's the next jam, because I very strategically in order to be good. And listen, let me just sing my music and then I will talk about all this nonsense that I keep on seeing. Because I need to get music out there. It's already 3:58 in the morning. Look at that, on the 25th. So the sooner I get this music out, the better. I mean, it's already quite late for me to be singing, but listen, I'm gonna sing because I chose my songs. Again, this music is all about, Lord, look at me with carefulness, gaze at me, keep me in your favor, keep me in your good graces, because they want to steal me from you. They want to make like a cash in transit heist, seeing as they're into random daylight robbery, and just steal me. Like, listen, precisely because they don't view me as a human being, I'm more like a theft, a stealing, as opposed to a kidnapping. The way that they be out to lifting bread off the shelves of a store, the way that they out to be lifting clothes off the shelves of a retail outlet. I'm being stolen. I'm not being kidnapped because I'm born as a umuntu. So Enayona is a choice of music, a choice of song, a choice of melody, of ballad. Yeah, because I get to call it that if I wanna. Okay, that is chosen precisely because of the fact that I want the Lord to draw me closer to him, and in so drawing me closer to him, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. I will also raise a praise to God in spite of hardship, in spite of sorrow, in spite of persecution, in spite of listen, whatever. Okay. Hey. You know, South Africa, you have made me believe that the deep state is so gnarly and it has infiltrated, listen, every crack and crevice of society so badly that everyone that is a Christian on the internet that has any kind of channel that is thriving is obviously part of the Illuminati. You've made me walk dangerously close into the boulevard of conspiracy theories that I have to shake off because I know that there are 7,000 others that have not bowed down to Baal. Not every Christian online that is being thrived belongs to a cult. Not every saint online that is being thrived belongs to a cult. Some of them are left alone to grow. It is only those that you have targeted for whatever reason that you don't let grow. And listen, I don't know what your reasons are, because listen, you're arbitrary about everything, so I don't care. Okay, Mara, those that do get targeted, those that get targeted will not get like Mamela. They will start a channel everywhere. There was a gentleman in the US by the name of the Watchman that I recently comforted to let him know that I see what's going on in your channel. God is going to bless us and free us from YouTube prison, from a social media prison. The man has been running around from pillar to post at some point. He had a backup channel on YouTube. He stopped posting over there. He was on BitChute at some point. He is on Rumble still. I get his notifications on Rumble, but I watch him on YouTube. The man has had 346,000 subscribers for months. At some point he was on 345 subscribers, Watwala the 46,000, but then stayed on there for months, and he has been on 340 something thousand subscribers for years. But his content is exceptionally good. We just labor and work like dogs. And my brother, the watchman, is American, so they target us wherever they're sitting, and then they decide Uchi will go nowhere. To a point where you will start a backup channel on YouTube and it will go nowhere. To a point where you will go on Rumble. He's okay. He continues to grow. I get his notifications on Rumble. So thank God Rumble is leaving him alone. Rumble, right? And then I don't know. The man is only on YouTube, like just like me. Because when you are not getting rewarded for your hard labor, however, you've got a mission and a passion, and it's burning in your heart, you will focus on one platform and not be like the rest of social media content creators that are happy out here in these streets, able to go on TikTok, able to go on YouTube, able to go, like there is a young gentleman in the US by the name of Chris. He does musical skits, like he's very, very creative too, right? I saw a short of his today, but I did not watch it because I didn't want to be sad about my life. But his short was essentially something, he was speaking in it along the lines of create that content and God will bless you, because he was able to get on YouTube, experiment with his first video, and grow and thrive. The guy is musical, so he's got like a Spotify account. I would imagine he's on TikTok. I only follow him on YouTube, but he's got a presence all across the internet, and he's a son of God. And this here young gentleman in the US broke my heart, because I was like, brother, I've been creating content for years and yet I'm going nowhere. You have put me in a position. I need to open for my cat. My cat was not even knocking. She was in the house, and when I went in, she went out, and now every little noise outside, I feel like it's her. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, you have put me in a position to actually suspect every Christian that is thriving on the internet. Everybody that does Christian content that has more than like 400 subscribers. I'm like, why are you being left alone? Why are you being left alone? Yeah, because you've targeted me. You've harassed me. That you have targeted like this, and nobody can understand why us. Likely what's going on is that it's like phase 1, like alpha. It's like an alpha or a beta phase of testing. The surveillance of Christians and the thwarting of our voices. And you have selected a few of us. And those few of us that you have chosen, or the many, however many of us there are, everywhere we go. As soon as we get 500 people watching us, thwart. 2 people, thwart. Close. Lock door. Not there. To experiment to see if anybody will ever come for us. To experiment to see if you can succeed to essentially silence and shut up all Christians on the internet. But you see, it's a deep state. It is functioning in the shadows. These here syndicates that are trying to exterminate Christianity from the face of the earth. They're linked, they're interconnected, woven across multiple countries, the members of this cult. And they're experimenting with, like I said, a few of us, and if they succeed with a few of us, they will then whole scale pretty much take the rest of us over. But the few of us that are thwarted are feeling like God has left us out on a limb. We don't know why. And you will get to a point where you will literally start to think, like I said earlier, that everybody that has got Christian content on the internet belongs to the devil. You will start to accuse everyone. But of course it is irrational, because a lot of times these nefarious structures that are way in over their heads, that put the cart before the horse, that try to infiltrate ugly ideas, tend to be operating as a small little Pareto principle number, doing a weird thing on earth that nobody else has approved of, nobody else has agreed to it, nobody else has ever said, run with this. So essentially they're breaking nation laws, they're breaking international laws, but they tell themselves that they're going to get away with this. But there are people that are caught in their snare, and these people caught in their snare are facing imminent death, suicides. They're facing, essentially, when you're just closed off from the world, when you've been given a burden by God and you can't breathe it, then you will think, God, how in the world do you give me a job to do and then you don't open ways, paths for me? It is not God that has closed those paths. It is a crazy cult, a secret society that's got branches across the freaking planet that is making sure to thwart certain Christians to see if they can thwart the rest of us. So therefore, Chris saying in his short, create that content because God will bless you, because in and of himself he has thrived, he has grown, and now he feels like he's in a position to out here encourage everybody to create that content, because then he'll be okay just like he's okay. They'll be okay just like he's okay. I couldn't even watch his short. I only saw the title of it, and I was like, dude, listen, I'm sitting here in South Africa and I've been creating content for years. I've been doing just what you're counseling. I've been creating, but despite creating, I'm going nowhere. Because some of us, they won't let us move. Some of us, they find us moving and then they stop us somewhere along the way, and then we don't ever grow again. Who was this person? I think it might have been Cap Chatfield. He said that he was shadow banned like me. Well, of course he wasn't talking about me, but the level of shadow banning he endured was similar to what I'm going through. Where it is that on Facebook, I don't know if it was him, but it was somebody. Yeah, it was him, definitely. He said that on Facebook he was growing, and then one day he posted and got no new views, no new followers, only the people that were already watching him were watching him. And so he stopped posting on Facebook. However, one day all of a sudden he started to grow again. It's like they set him free. It's like the decision that was made to target him on Facebook was lifted. Who targeted him on Facebook? I don't think it's Mark Zuckerberg himself. It is people that are operating in the shadows, that are busy harassing Christians on the internet, and they every so often go and grab a content creator that is already established, and then they stop them growing. And you will notice that you're stopping growing, but when they stop you growing, what do? You stop posting. And with Kat, it happened just like that. But then somehow he was alerted again to the fact that he has been set free, and then went back to posting again. So the plan is to make us give up, to throw in the towel, to stop posting. But those of us that, this is all we have. The passion is in us, so we can only do that thing. We keep on working, we strive, even though we get no new subscribers, we get no new whatevers. But then worse off yet are those that from the get-go, like you're better off if you already got a base. If you already have like 350,000 subscribers, just like the Watchman. Those that you have been working in front of all these years will continue to watch you. But every video will be capped at 20,000 views. And even though you've got excellent content that people ought to be watching over here, you're not going to get watched beyond that. But it's worth your while to rock up for 20,000 people per video. But when then you're like Arabo, where you're starting from scratch and you are denied even 1 subscriber, 2, 3, and you're denied even 3, 4 views, your channel is sitting on binary code, that is the very thing that's going to cause you to quit, because you will think that your content is not going anywhere. Except, how in the world would your content be irrelevant when you are sent by God? That's the kind of thing that causes cognitive dissonance in Christians. If I'm sent by God, why am I going nowhere? So because of belief, faith, it's that thing that I'm talking about. Faith is not faith, Kenny. Perfect love casts out fear. And he who has been made perfect in love does not fear. God enables us to conquer fear. In that, listen, they're thwarting me. But you said that the world hates disciples. You said that this would happen to me. ABCD. You told us that the days coming when those who afflict us will do so thinking they're doing a service to God. That even though you might be thrown in a cistern as a bit of a Jeremiah, for your witness, you will still witness despite the ramifications. So you rock up with the emotional affliction. You rock up with the emotional affliction of knowing that you're gonna post and not get new subscribers. But at least the present audience that you are serving right now will always not only watch your content, but every so often share the videos. And so you might gain 1 or 2 or 5 subscribers per video. But given the size of your channel, just the sheer magnitude of your channel, you should be growing much more. So word of mouth proliferates you. But if you don't even have word of mouth, like I don't have even word of mouth, you are literally sitting in binary code. Some idiot freak chick out here serving up with Madlisa wa Satan, trying to make me a lesbian if I won't go out with the Satani. And all of them are working in concert, in cahoots, belonging to this syndicate, this cult, trying to ascertain that I quit or capitulate, quit or settle, because apparently my God is not coming through for me. But I'm not the only one out here posting and going nowhere. It's just that I happen to be among those that are posting and going nowhere, having started from a 0 base. I'm starting from 0 views. I was never ever allowed to thrive. I was never ever left to grow. Everywhere I went, Mamela, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube, even WordPress. But I focused my energies, just like Cat Phil stopped posting on Facebook. I focus my energies on YouTube. So I'm not now only here, because listen, the Lion of the tribe of Judah has roared, who can but prophesy? I can only ever speak the things of God. So where am I going to speak them, given that I'm persecuted, I'm going nowhere? I can only ever come on social media. So if you want to open a door, if you're functioning as a barrier to entry, for whatever reason, because we don't even know what is the decision-making criterion for who you choose to thwart in this fashion, I nonetheless rock up, and I speak because I know that this work, I've got to do it, and God regards it as important enough to give me certain burdens, and I'm gonna share them on the rooftop. So if you're gonna burn my scroll, oh God, Jehoiakim, burn my scroll, but I will write another one through Baruch. Kick me out of the synagogue, but I will write another scroll, because I can literally do nothing but. Do you understand? And a whole chunk of us feel this way. Another one that grew and then suddenly stopped, Naphtali 1981. I've been making observations of these people. Everywhere where I go, certain content is supposed to be automatically getting recommended to me given what I watch, and yet they're not being recommended unless I seek them out, unless I search for them, unless I search them out. You know how when you change an email address, when you move from one YouTube channel to another, you know how you have to start training the algorithm to recommend certain things to you? But after the algorithm is trained, you automatically get recommended certain content. There are certain of content creators that I love, that I'm besotted with, that I'm always following, that are not making themselves back into my feed again unless I search them out. And even when I search them out, They only get recommended after I have subscribed and liked almost every video of theirs that they've posted. So I'd have to watch them every single day for them to keep getting recommended to me, which is unreasonable. Like the Watchman post every day, for instance. And there was a time when I was watching one of his videos per night, making sure that I don't skip one. I then went through a season where I didn't watch him for like 2-3 weeks, and now he's not getting recommended at all. Only last night, it was a thought that, like I said, God is the one that will remind you of people that have been forgotten by the world, in the same way that he's reminded me of North Korea. So God reminded me, the Watchman, he's the one that soothes your spirit. When you can't watch trash from your country, watch his ministry. It always encourages you. And I went back into his ministry again, and then went all the way down from where I last left, because his content is so good that I feel like I can't skip one day. So I'm catching up right now with his content. However, because of me not watching him for 3 days, no longer are his new videos being recommended, which is abnormal. If at all you're subscribed to a person, it's abnormal if you're subscribed to a content creator and if you have liked their videos and a whole bunch of them in the past, for them to not be immediately recommended in your landing page as soon as they post. They should get recommended. And not only that, if you have notifications as to what the people you're subscribed to are posting, you should get that too in the notifications. And yet the Watchman is among those content creators that I'm subscribed to, whose videos I like every time and who I watch so consistently that I ought to be getting recommended him a whole bunch of times, and yet every time he posts a new video, I don't even get a notification that he has posted. It's like they have made sure that nobody can watch him, and this has been going on for years with the Watchman. So the other day I just felt so disillusioned, asking myself, what is the point? Because the Watchman has been shadow banned for years and he is sitting on 356,000 subscribers. What chance do I stand on 0 subscribers? What? My point exactly. Don't look at things the way that you want them to be perceived. Do not look the way that mankind looks. I have no subscribers, so I'm more and then likely, I'm highly unlikely going to get set free like Cap Chatfield on Facebook, and I'm also highly unlikely, like this deep state so pursues that even when you start new accounts on other platforms, Seba already, I think it's by facial recognition or voice recognition, I don't know. Already they've shadow banned you before you can even post your first content. As soon as on Facebook I realized that I was blocked, I started another Facebook. I grew for 5 seconds and stopped. The next one that I created, I didn't even grow from the first video that I posted. Whether I was posting animation or even my voice, whether I try to listen, they have a way of just knowing who in the world is posting so as to thwart them. So even these randos are just saying that I need to create a voiceover so my face doesn't show. Even my voiceovers would get flagged. Even if I were to post a video where it's faceless, nonetheless it would find a way to find me. I don't even know how they find us. Listen, I can't tell you, but they're freaking creepy, they're weird, and they are to be surveilling people like a stalker or whatever. You'd be finding you every town you be moving to because you're running away from him. Kunjalo. And imagine njengoba mina ngilandelwe emuva, so ngama-stalkers that think I'm sexy. Some of them every so often batla side piece, because I'm, for the take, like I said, I'm something to be stolen more than kidnapped, because I'm not a human being to them all. Something different. I'm just there for the nibbling, the devouring, give muddy biscuit to them. I'm something then developed for the nibbling, something to eat into snowfish. And bonke they are vying, competing for me to a point where they even said did a bet as to who's gonna hit that. And the bonke they think Uguti I'm out on the limb, but Uguti and Puma out of this because deep state retire. They've made themselves God and they think no one is gonna uproot them until foreigners come for them. Well, these people are like viruses in a computer, a system. Unless somebody finds this virus and destroys it, the whole computer will die. Unless these viruses are caught by the American administration in particular. And I already told you guys that there's already an ongoing FBI investigation. And SWAT teams are going to go in arresting people because they are a virus that has been spreading in American social media, and it is antagonized to even CEOs, leaders of these organizations that at some point were censoring people, especially after COVID-19, but they've since then stopped. You know how I told you that Cat Capfield was censored and then somebody set him free? Yeah, and despite the mandate of their bosses, they're carrying on with this thing because they're running a cult. They're a deep state, and it's evil, it's satanic. Not only that, it is illegal. It is illegal. It is not approved by government at all. And so because it's illegal, people are going to get taken out, got the handcuffs. I once saw these 2 white guys that are trusted deeply by the American government, like rubbing shoulders even with the president of the United States, Donald Trump, that are part of the syndicate, that are going to be regarded as treasonous against the US, and so lose avenue and opportunity altogether to even work until one of the guys got a hobo, because he was out here selling America out and all its clout to some syndicate littered across Africa and other parts of the world. These 2 monstrous psychopaths, Samahoa, are the reason why in South Africa they feel so happy, they're proud. Why in South Africa they feeling ngathi ngoba bayazi ukuthi basebenzelwa ngama-Americans, kodwa labantu laba I call them moles, and they are defectors from their own government. they are betrayers of their own country, and as soon as they get found, it is going to be a crime as high as treason. I don't know if they will be given a death penalty. I guess that depends on the state that they're in. They're in Washington. Does that have the death penalty? I don't know if they're in Washington. Just because they're within an official capacity in the government doesn't mean that they're in Washington. They could be anywhere else. Mara, I certainly saw one of them ending up a hobo on the street, like listen, a beggar, because Mali anymore. He was not able to go anywhere and work in America again. He was not able to capitalize on the American dream ever again. So it tells me that they did not send him to prison, just let him go out there and wither away until he ended up homeless, poor on the street. I've also had a vision of this worthless chick at YouTube. They're going to lose their clout. Right now they feel what do you call this? Like they can't be touched. Because that which cannot be touched, God makes it touchable, like it's hammer or whatever, or the adverse of hammer. Hammer can't touch this, but guess what? God can. And only a few remnant that God has given eyes to see, ears to hear. And amidst this remnant are among those that are afflicted, that are just targeted for no reason. But you see, abafazi natinta imbokoto, litintile imbokoto tsa modimo, litintile basadi le banna ba modimo, and ke imbokoto. They've been given visions like Ezekiel. They've been given dreams like Isaiah. They have been given understanding. They've drawn near to God to a point where in the spirit, and you are targeting us for martyrdom. You want us murdered. You want us massacred. But God will have no such thing. He will not have it. Oh, God will not have it. Do you understand? The Lord will not have it. He will not touch it. He will not embrace it. He will not gaze at it with any level of seriousness. But He will send His saints on you. You have impoverished the body of Christ. Not all of them. Not all of them. God, those that you have seen it fit, they can't breathe. God knows that, and He is not perturbed. He's not what do you call this? He's not phased. The Lord is not unhinged, afflicted. He is not disquieted. He is aware of what's going on, and He knows you are mushering the lives of Christians, and you've got a future plan to muster the rest of everybody. Herein lies Chris speaking about how go create that content. If all this thing is not conquered, even Chris will come and be like, yo, what's going on? One day to his YouTube channel, post a short and it gets no views. Post long form content and it gets no views. Even the people who are left alone so far to thrive, even people that have been left alone to thrive, that have not signed deals with the devil, will also in and of themselves get targeted. First, they experiment with a small number. They experiment with an alpha group. And if at all the alpha phase of testing succeeds, they'll go to beta and then delta. Right now, we are in the rudimentary phases of this test to try and thwart Christianity from the face of the earth, from cults, Illuminati, it's like the Tower of Babel. They're going to fail abysmally because God is going to uproot them from the root, like I said. He's going to uproot them from the base, like I said in my last video. And so therefore, these monstrosities are not whether or not you have targeted me is irrelevant. If God has targeted you, you're Hashem, you are irrelevant. If at all you have targeted me, it's irrelevant. But if at all God has targeted you, you're irrelevant. Did you hear what I said? If at all you have targeted a Christian of the living God, a saint of the living God, it's irrelevant that you have done that thing. It doesn't matter. They'll come out anyway. But if at all God has targeted you, you are irrelevant. And what I'm saying to all of y'all right now that are sitting on my chest, you're irrelevant. You're irrelevant even though you have fluffed your peacock feathers on a mountaintop, perched yourself like a birdie on a roof, called yourselves a god like the king of Tyre. You're irrelevant. Because you're going to disappear from the face of the earth. You're going to disappear from the face of the earth, and some of y'all are going to end up hobos, begging, beyond even what I ever was fathomed to end up begging. You're irrelevant, buggers. That's if you're not in Hades. Right now, as I'm speaking, I also got a vision of some chick out here following me out there in the wilderness, if at all I were to go, and then rocking up and just pouring acid on my face. You're irrelevant because you can think about no other thing but you are demon possessed. It's what I'm saying. You're demon possessed. And so because you're as demon possessed as you are, you can think about you can do no other thing but plot and do no other thing but scheme in that futility of yours that is unredeemable. So do you in thinking that you can pour acid on my face and be upset at me for your sexual deviancy that gave you AIDS until you were upset that I did not want to be with a person on an AIDS and have. When I got upset at a lesbian that's trying to make me convert over to the lesbian community, despite you and I you will plot and you will scheme and you will try to put acid on my face and put me in a podcast because you don't want to have to see my face. And I will on that day suspect that maybe you've done this to all Christians until God makes it clear that no, you're just among those that they've targeted, and so therefore I've made them entirely irrelevant. We crown you. Binaya Jeremy Riddle, the name of it is We Crown You. And I chose it because my life is dedicated to service of the Lord and nothing else. However, people are trying to take that away, and I want the Lord to show me His face, that His face might be shown. Just like, show me your face, Lord, show me your face. Because what kind of a parent doesn't fetch a child from school? What? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, but he got by. and did I to fall down, and did it all, take it all, and did I body do, and did it about tum, and I embody that I'm do it. And Jesus have my heart and my will and my soul, and Jesus have my hopes, my dreams, my world. With joy I lay it down, with joy I cast my crown, and Jesus have it all. Yeah, oh yeah. To you I bring my praise, my lips, my song, a living sacrifice as one reborn. Your life is now my own, your will is what I want. Jesus, have it all. I'm calling happy from scratch, and Jesus, have my heart and my will, my soul, and Jesus, have my hopes, my dreams, and my world. With joy I lay it down, with joy I cast my crowns, and Jesus, have it all. To you I'll bring my praise, my lips, and my song, a living sacrifice as one reborn. Your life is now my own, your will is what I want, and Jesus, have it all. Oh yeah. And Jesus, have it all, and Jesus, have it all, and to you belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. And Jesus, have it all, and Jesus, have it all blessings and all honor, all majesty and all, and Jesus, have it all. I want to start this again because I'm insecure because it's late at night, but listen, I'm singing to my fill. Jesus, have my heart and my will and my soul. Jesus, have my hopes, my dreams, my world. With joy I lay it down, with joy I cast my crown, and Jesus, have it all. And to you I bring my praise, my lips, my song, a living sacrifice as one reborn. Your life is now my own, your will is what I want. Jesus, have it all. Yeah. Oh Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. And to you belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. And Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have it all blessings and all honor, all majesty and all. And Jesus, have it all. I want to sing that again. And Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have it all. Again. And Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have it all. To you belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. And Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have it all blessings and all honor, all majesty and all. And Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have your church, your love, your bride, the joy for which you freely gave your life, radiant in white, washed and purified. Jesus, have it all. Woo! Hallelujah. Jesus, have your word, your due, your song, the praise of every nation and a tongue. Let all that has been let all that has been made glorify your name. Jesus, have it all. Let it be. Oh Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. Yeah, false. Jesus, have it all. What is going on? You see, when I talk too much, it gets in the middle of me and my music. Okay. And again, it's, I think, me trying to sing like the artist. I'm gonna start again. Yeah, because I get you. I want a two or three. And Jesus, have my heart, my will, my soul. And Jesus, have my hopes, my dreams. My world was joy, I lay it down. For joy I cast my crown. Jesus, have it all. To you I bring my praise, my lips and my song, a living sacrifice as one reborn. Your life is now my own. Your will is what I want. Jesus, have it all. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. To you belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. All blessing and all honor, all majesty and all. Jesus, have it all. Oh, Jesus, have it all. Na na na, eh. And Jesus, have your church, your love and your bride, the joy for which you freely gave your life, radiant in white, washed and purified. Jesus, have it all, yeah. Ooh. And Jesus, have your word, your due, and your sum, the praise of every nation, tribe, and tongue. Let all that has been made glorify your name. Jesus, have it all. Oh Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. You belongs the glory, the praise of all the world. Jesus, have it all. And Jesus, have it all. All blessing and all honor, all majesty and all. Jesus, have it all. Yeah. And Jesus, have it all. Yeah. And Jesus, have it all. Yeah. And Jesus, have it all. Oh. Anybody who do, yeah, how does this part go? All my days, all my life, 1 second. And then all my days. Why do I forget this music? Like the other day I even forgot. You've been so good. I can't be. I did it all. You've been so good to me. And I couldn't even sing the rest of it because yeah, I'm that girl. Maybe get sat down. He's out here getting in my brain, stealing the seat, because that's what he does all the day long. Mara hallo graya. Jesus, have it all. Jesus, have it all. Yeah, all my days, all my life, have it all. Listen, yeah, okay, no, never mind. I remembered. I don't need to listen to Jeremy Riddle anymore. Yeah, all my days, all my life, have it all. Yeah, all my days, all my life, have it all. Even then, que puta. Yeah, all my days, all my life, have it all. And then que puta, que bimba. Okay, let's try that again. Da-di-da-di-do, da-di-da-di-da, do-da-da-di-be. Ha-di-da-ha-ha, and-di-di-wo-oo, ha-di-da-di-wo, ha-di-di-di-di-di, ha-boo-do-ha-ha-ha. Yet all, okay, yet all my days, all my life, have it all. Now when I drive, like my voice is scratchy because I'm towards the end. No, I'm not towards the end, I'm like far from the end. But I've been speaking for long enough for my voice to get scratchy. That's why I must sing all my music in the beginning. Yeah, all my days, all my life, have it all. Jesus have it all. Jesus have it all. To you I bring all praise. Why is this thing not playing? Come on. Gee my a kans. Ek het die Bluetooth headset aangepast. John Chong Chong Kong. Chong Chong Kong. Do you understand what I just said there, Chinese?